U.S. President Donald Trump announced in a surprise social media post a 3-day ceasefire and a prisoner exchange deal between Russia and Ukraine.
European Commissioner for Defense told Euronews that member states should act swiftly on their defense spending as Russia is producing more than the EU.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced in a surprise post on social media that Russia and Ukraine had agreed to a 3-day ceasefire starting Saturday. Trump says the temporary truce will halt all kinetic activity and comes as both countries observe Victory Day, which commemorates the Soviet Union's triumph over Nazi Germany in World War II. The Republican president added that both countries have also agreed to exchange 1,000 prisoners each during the ceasefire period, which Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky also confirmed. Trump says both countries had agreed to the temporary truce at his request, which he says was highly appreciated, expressing hope that it will be, quote, the beginning of the end to the war. Zelensky added in a presidential decree that Kyiv will allow Moscow to peacefully observe its annual Victory Day parade, held in the iconic Red Square, noting that no Ukrainian weaponry will target the area.
The European Commission is about to finalize defense loan agreements with Poland and Lithuania. The loans form part of the EU's SAFE program to strengthen the continent's defense capabilities. Poland is set to receive the largest share, worth 43 billion euros, while Lithuania will receive 6 billion euros. European Commissioner for Defense, Andrius Kubilius, told Euronews program Europe Today that member states should act swiftly on their defense spending.
To ramp up, to produce more fast, to shift maybe from what industries are calling themselves haute couture production, very expensive, very technological advanced, but very expensive and slow to be produced, to more of good enough production. And we need to see very clearly what is our strategic challenge. Still, Russia is outproducing us, and quite heavily. So that is what worries us.
Kubilius said the defense industry is increasing production, but warned concerns remain among governments that manufacturers are still not scaling up quickly enough to meet urgent demand. NATO Secretary General has previously warned that Russia produced as much ammunition in 3 months as the alliance's 32 member states manufacture in a year. The US Secretary of State Marco Rubio continued his visit to Rome on Friday. He met with Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. The discussions focused on the Middle East. We await a development in the coming hours on the peace negotiations with Iran, said Rubio, who reiterated to Meloni how US President Donald Trump has not yet decided on the withdrawal of troops in Italy. Marco Rubio also met with Italian Foreign Minister Antonio Tajani. The two diplomats discussed the state of transatlantic relations.
Le relazioni transatlantiche sono quelle che sono convinto che l'Europa ha bisogno dell'America, l'Italia ha bisogno dell'America, ma anche gli Stati Uniti hanno bisogno dell'Europa e dell'Italia. Queste sono le relazioni transatlantiche, l'unità dell'Occidente è fondamentale.
The Italian minister also reiterated that it is important to have an American presence in Europe to strengthen NATO. Spain has announced at a press conference that for the moment there are no more passengers with symptoms of the antivirus outbreak on board the MV Hondius. According to Friday's figures, there were 6 cases, including 3 deaths. The vessel, with more than 140 passengers and crew members on board, is expected to reach the Spanish island of Tenerife off the coast of West Africa early Sunday. The arrival of these passengers has caused concern among the residents of Tenerife, some of whom have voiced their anger. They are refusing to allow the ship to dock on the island. Spanish authorities summarized the protocol. The asymptomatic passenger will be taken down to the Canary Island in Zodiacs, but only when their respective planes, which will take them to their countries of origin, will be ready for boarding. They will be taken directly from the ship to their plane by chartered buses.